This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so hello all, everybody. Welcome again back to Mohansh Technologies. And today, what we are going to be discussing about, I just want to give a simple awareness on this particular cybersecurity and tools. See, a lot of people are actually coming and asking a lot of questions to me. Sir, which tool is good? Which cybersecurity tool is good? See, everything is basically SSO. We already know that. And one more time, you people are actually coming to my view of the cybersecurity. Basically, okay, let me go and discuss with you how the things are going to be happening. So, a very brief discussion about the cybersecurity first of all. Why actually the total world is looking on cybersecurity? Why people are actually looking on cybersecurity? We don't know. Okay, so the thing is basically internet is basically improving a lot. See, 5G came and the next level. Everybody is going to be using digitalized devices, right? See, a lot of people are using different kind of smartphones, gadgets, watches, even smart TVs. In the home also, the data is very very high. How many devices are there, and how much data is going to be collecting? We don't know that. Okay, we can't able to calculate that. First of all, the important thing is data. See, data is various kind of devices data is collecting from. Suppose, for example, from web applications, data is coming, and from mobile applications, data is coming, and different kind of watch applications. See, uh, a number of sensors, different kind of sensors, data is coming very very huge, and there are multiple kind of applications are there. See, applications like artificial intelligence. See, artificial intelligence. This is also very, very popular. And data science and IoT. There are multiple kind of technologies available, and data is going to be collecting very hugely. But everybody is going to be having a simple question: what about security of the data? What about the security of the data? So, how to secure the data? Data is going to be collecting from web applications, mobile applications, watch applications, smartwatches. I'm not talking about watch. Basically, this is smartwatch. Okay, smartwatch have a lot of applications and even sensors data. Okay, so and different kind of applications, number of different kind of applications. Okay, so from everywhere, huge amount of the data is going to be collecting for each and every second, fraction of second. In fraction of second, data is going to be collecting very huge. Okay, data science is there, data analytics is there. All these things are actually manipulating the data. All these things are okay. But coming to the security of the data, a question mark. How to secure this data? How to secure this data? See, cybersecurity nothing but cyber crime attacks stopping process. Cyber crime attack stopping process. It means save your data, save your data, and more thing, save your application and save your login credentials. See, the 3 points are very important. Safe credentials. Okay, for example, one employee is going to be joining in a company. Okay, so he has given a multiple access process. For example, he has access with HR application. Okay, for salary credits, all these things, and he has access with a manager application, manager related meetings and all. He want to access with the manager. He want to access with HR, and he want to access with a team. Okay, for example, this guy need to access multiple kind of applications. Company is not giving multiple user IDs and password to him. What company will give? For example, a TCS, TechMine, and you'll go Wipro, whatever it is, a big company, whatever you take. So they are going to be giving a simple user ID and password to him. User ID and password. So what this user ID and password is? This user ID and password is basically single user ID and password. Remember it, single user ID and password for access multiple kind of application. May he has to access with 10 applications nearby. May he has to access 10 applications every day. He need to work with the 10 applications every day. But for all this 10 applications, so what they are going to be providing is the single user ID and single password. Okay, so you may ask a question, sir, how it is possible single user ID and single password? So may he can't able to remember all the user ID and passwords for the 10 applications. So what they will do is they will work out a simple process called a single sign-on. Okay, SSO. There is a concept called SSO, single sign-on. Single sign-on. Okay. So what we are going to be doing is we are actually going to develop a single sign-on authentication for each and every user. So what we are going to be doing is as a developer what we are going to be doing is we are actually working on single sign-on concept. We are going to be working on a multi-factor authentication concept. We are going to be working on clustering concept. We are going to be working on SAML authentication procedures, and we are going to be working on active directory creation. So finally all this is basically called identity identity access management. Okay, finally the word came from all these things, identity access management. What this identity access management, you can search in internet what this IAM is. IAM is identity access management. So why this is very popular in the part of cybersecurity? So it a meaning of identity is what? Identity is something like username and password. That guy reliable with that particular username and password, he has to log in with a multiple application with the same user ID and password. That user ID and password should be safe. That is called identity. That identity should be give the access for multiple applications. Okay, so access. Okay, access. Okay, access means giving permission. Access means giving permission. How these permissions are going to be granted to him? Which application he want to access, which application he don't want to access. We are going to be restrict that particular access process for that particular user. We are making identity and we are controlling the identity. Controlling identity is basically called access. Access is something like control, but that control is going to be managing by the management. So I'm just briefly breaking the word IAM word, identity access management. Identity is something like username and password for that particular user. Access is something like a giving process or giving the access, giving the key. Okay, so and management is which room he want to open, which room he want to go, and which application he want to give permission. That is basically called management. So we are trying to providing the management to him. Management is something like a process of giving access. Process of giving access is called management. Identity access management. So we are going to be, so under this identity access management, there are multiple tools which are going to be available in the market. So, but anyway, we are not going to be working on any programming language here. This is simply very straightforward, simple, simple learning. Simple learning, no programming knowledge required. So directly, so you may ask a question, sir, we don't have any programming skills, sir. I don't have any C programming, I don't have any Java programming, I don't have any Python programming, I'm not a PHP developer, I'm not that developers and all. No sir, no issues. So you have to understand how to operate the computer. You want to understand where we need to give the access, where we need to stop the access. That is the process of the identity access management. There are multiple tools. Let me explain all the tools which are going to be available in IAM. Let me open the browser. I will show what are the different kind of tools which are going to be available in IAM. Okay, let me start the browser. Let me start the browser. Okay, Chrome, and go to this IAM tools. IAM tools. Just to search for IAM tools. What are the different kind of IAM tools which are going to be available in the market? See, first of all, identity access management tools, you can see the images. When you see the images, there are multiple kind of tools which are going to be available in the market. So I will write down all the tools for you. What are the different kind of tools which are going to be very popular for this identity access management? The one we are going to be discussing about is Ping identity access management. Ping identity. So ping identity, this is very popular, which is already available in the market. Ping identity, you can just directly go to the website called ping identity. You can see the ping identity here. So what we are going to be downloading from this and how to work on the ping identity, everything is going to be available there. Decentralized identity is here. Decentralized identity is here. What is the centralized? What is the decentralized? There are two concepts. Centralized is different, decentralized is different. Centralized means it is something like a single server which is going to be giving the process for multiple users is the centralized one. Decentralized nothing but we are going to be giving the access for multiple persons in the multiple ways. That is called a decentralized way. Okay, so let me tell you one simple story. Okay, let me open the paint. Okay, for example, normally in your mobile, in your laptop, you are going to be working on multiple applications. For example, a normal with IAM, without IAM, or with SSO, without SSO, how this is process going on, I will show. So let me write the first word without SSO. Without SSO, what is happening in the market? For example, in your home, you are using a mobile. In your home, you are using a laptop. That is without SSO. But in a company have a very big company have a lot of applications and a lot of projects, a lot of employees. They need to go with the secured mode. They need to go with the security. So that particular situations, they want to go with the secured authorization identity access process. That way, with SSO, in the company with SSO, there are a lot of companies, there are a lot of companies or a lot of organizations are working on SSO nowadays. Okay, so what without SSO is going on and what with SSO is going on, I will tell you. So what without SSO is going, for example, user want to access, for example, user want to access a Gmail, or user want to access a Facebook, or user want to access an Instagram, or user want to access a Telegram. For example, he had a different kind of user ID and password for the different applications. So he is going to be creating a single user ID and password for this. So UID and password. Here he is going to be creating a UID and password for the first application, and he is going to be creating another user ID and another password for the second application. May he is going to be creating another user ID and another password for this third application, and may he is going to be creating another user ID and another password for this application. Okay, what he is going to be do? He has four user IDs and four passwords for the single application access. For example, this application is Gmail. For Gmail access, he has a separate user ID and separate password, and he has a Facebook application, FB, Facebook application. For Facebook application, he has separate user ID and separate password. Instagram, he has separate user ID and separate password. Twitter, he has separate ID and separate password. So what is the problem with the common user ID, common password? May people are actually easily hacked by common user IDs and common passwords for all applications. That is the why reason people may create a different user IDs and different passwords for the accessing applications. So may he can able to forgot. So sometime very immediately he want to go access with the application. He can't able to remember. Every time people are actually frustrating with the changing user ID, changing password concepts, changing user ID, changing password concept. People are actually frustrating. So in that manner, sorry for this. Maybe this was a simple mistake got happened. Okay, let me draw the picture one more time. Okay, how SSO is working? Let me write down all the things. Let me create a new file. Let me create a new file here. Don't save. Okay, so very fast. I'm going to be drawing this different applications, different user IDs and different passwords. Enough. Okay, now this is the concept of without SSO. This is the concept of without SSO. Without SSO, what is happening? Okay, with SSO, what is happening? I will tell you. With SSO, what is happening? The same user ID and same password for the multiple application. He is going to be having a single user ID and single password for all the application. That is basically SSO. Okay, let me tell you. This is the password, user ID and password. But he want to access multiple applications in the company. For example, he has to access with a lot of applications in the company. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. May he has to access multiple applications with a single username and single password, or single user ID and single password. So what we are going to be having with SSO is there is a process called there is a process called identity access management. There is a IAM tool which is going to be integrated between this. There is a tool between this user ID and password and these applications, that is called IAM tool. So now here the place come to the picture, IAM tool. What IAM tool, whatever it may be a Ping, it may be a CyberArk, it may be a Okta, it may be a ForgeRock, it may be a IBM IAM, it may be a Microsoft IAM, it may be a Azure IAM. We don't care about it. It may be a Google Cloud IAM. It may be. So what the process of the basic IAM process is, this user ID and password first of all transfer into the IAM. What IAM can do, IAM is going to be generating a SAML certificate. Okay, later I will tell about the SAML. One more session I am going to be taking about a SAML, and one more session I am going to be taking about OAuth connections, and one more session I am going to be taking about multi-factor authentication. All these things. Here today, I am just going to be giving you a simple picture about about this IAM and what are the different kind of tools which are going to be available in the IAM. So this particular SAML certificate is available. This IAM tool is going to be doing something like a XAML certificate. What is this SAML certificate? This SAML, SAML, a simple security assertion markup language. SAML is something like a security assertion markup language. What this SAML certificate is doing, this SAML certificate is going to be giving access for this particular user. This SAML certificate is going to be giving uh, authorization for this user. And here also the same SAML certification which is going to be available for the second. Okay, first of all, this SAML certificate is sending from the IAM to first application. Only for first application SAML certification is sending, and the same SAML certification which is stored in the first application, that is transferring to the second application, that is transferring to the third application, that is copied for the fourth application, that is copying for the fifth application also. The same user can able to log in for the multiple application by this particular SAML certificate. Okay, what this SAML certificate is, I'm going to be writing a definition for the SAML certificate. Yeah, security assertion markup language. There is a SAML process, security assertion markup language. So this is some kind of language which is same thing like a XML, looking like XML but not XML. Security assertion markup language. In this particular language, one certificate is going to be generating. That certificate, IAM tool is generating the certificate and sending to the first application, app 1. From app 1, that certificate copy is going to be transferring to the app 2. And that this particular user can able to access multiple applications at the same time. Very simple access, right? So no need to remember the usernames and passwords for multiple applications. He can able to access a number of applications with the same user ID and same password. This is what we are going to be doing in the company. So what we are going to be doing is how to create the users, how to integrate the IAM tool, and how to give the authentications, how to give the authorizations. All these things we are going to be doing in the company. So there are multiple terminologies we are going to be working on. So the one is identity access, the one is authentication, the one is authorization, one is authorization, the one is single sign-on assertion, single sign-on process, the one is multi-factor authentication, giving authentication in the multiple ways. See, for example, you may use a mobile phone, so for the mobile app, how many kind of access you may have. For example, for the mobile app you may have face recognition, face ID, and for your mobile you will be having a pattern, you may have a pattern, and you may have something like a touch sensors. Okay, so like this there are multiple kind of authentications you can able to give. That is basically called MFA. This concept is basically called MFA, multi-factor authentication. So in the complete course, throughout course, what we are going to be doing is we are going to be working on SSO, we are working on IAM tool, we are going to be working on multi-factor authentication, all these things. This is very simple, straightforward. I'm directly telling to you, no coding required, no coding background required. You need to know how to operate the computer, how to operate the mouse, how to operate the things, how to operate the tools you need to understand. Okay, so there are multiple kind of applications which are going to be available in the market. I will show one by one. Let me go. Okay, so I'm not giving bore for you guys. Okay, let me go to the PPT. Okay, so let's go with the first one. Can you see what this identity access management is? What is identity access management? Can you see and observe? There are multiple users, multiple applications which are going to be running in the company. Okay, so we are giving the multi-factor authentication. The key should be a thumb sensor, the key should be a face recognition, or it should be a username and password. It may be a multi-factor authentication. Identity, access, governance rules. See, there are multiple tools which are going to be available in the market. Like Ping is there, Okta is there, CyberArk is there, ForgeRock is there, IAM, this IBM IAM is there, and Microsoft IAM is there, AWS IAM is there, Google IAM is there. There are multiple IAMs which are going to be available in the market. AWS IAM is there, but everybody need to follow some rules and regulations of the governance. One governance is there. That governance have some rules and regulations of the IAM, identity access, privileged access, how to provide this access. They have some governance rules. So finally, this identity and this access and this management, all these things are actually following some rules and regulations. Everybody have to be follow. Everybody have to be follow these kind of rules. Okay, what are the different services components which are going to be available in IAM? I already told you. Authentication services are there, authorization services are there, and user management services are there, directory services are there. Can you see authentication services? In authentication service, I already discussed about you. Single sign on. Single sign on is what? One single user ID and password you can able to access n number of applications. That is called single sign on. That is authentication service. MFA is there. Multi-factor authentication is there. Multi-factor authentication, what you can do in the MFA? Multi-factor is what? Maybe a face recognition, maybe a thumb recognition, maybe a different kind of recognition. That is a MFA factor. And session and token management. So session and token management is very, very important. So when this particular session got started, and when the session is getting starting, he get a token, login token, logout token. All those things are going to be managing by the authentication. Authentication is very, very important in the IAM product. And authorization is what? So what are the different kind of roles we need to assign, what are the rules we need to assign, and what are the different kind of attributes we can provide? So we add attribute, we remove attribute, all these things we have to do. So as a IAM person, what we can do is we can provide authentication, we can provide authorization, and how many users are adding, how many users are actually removing. For example, one company working with a number of employees, some employees, new employees are coming, and employees are quitting from the company, resigning from the company. That employee details, that employee access to details, all these things we need to manage, we need to secure the data. Those things are actually providing by the user management services. Something like provisioning is there. Provisioning is what? Provisioning is what? Giving permission. Provisioning is what? Giving permission and control the permission. Deprovisioning is what? Removing the removing the complete what is authorization, removing the what is called provisioning is giving access, deprovisioning is removing the access, simply. Okay, next, self service, how to provide the self service and how to give the delegations and all. And one more thing, directory services, identity store. See, users are coming, users are quitting. How to store the data, where to store the data? There is some database available. That identity need to be stored somewhere. And which directory? That particular user related. Identity store needed. Directory federation needed. Metadata needed. Synchronization needed. There are multiple things which are going to be available. All these things we need to, virtual directory, how to create a virtual directory. So these are the basic topics covering with this particular governance rules and all. What this governance framework and report analytics we have, these are the four important topics we are going to be discussing the throughout the course. Okay, so what are the best practices for the IAM is clearly define the IAM vision, develop a strong foundation, stage wise implementation, stakeholder awareness, consider identity as primary security perimeter, and enforce MFA, establish single sign-on, implement zero trusted policy, enforce a strong password policy, secure privileged accounts, and conduct a regular access audits, and implement a passwordless login. Important, implement passwordless login. There is no password required. Okay, so all these things we can able to work. So authentication, authorization, user management, central user repository, where we need to store the data, what is the repository, what is the directory, all these things IAM can able to handle. See, I already told. So ping identity access, ping identity is very important tool in the complete IAM. So this is the nice tool. We have a ping identity, we have a ping one, we have a ping access, all these things. And come to the ping ID, come to the ping central, speed and agility through delegated self-service, ping identity, ping central, ping one, all these things are come under the single control. Okta is there. Okta is the very popular nowadays. Guys, you can see, go to Naukri and search for Okta and all. Okta is going to be giving a very huge income. The people can't able to imagine how this Okta is going to be hitting the market. Okay, we know about the ping. We already discussed about the ping previously, but we are going to be starting a new batches on Okta very soon. Okta is tremendous. People are hitting the jobs within 15 days. Sir, I got a job within 15 days. How it is possible? We don't know. Okta is actually having that much demand. So simply superb. I will show the Okta demo in the coming classes. I will go with the Okta class. Okay, so slowly I will explain each and every topic. Separate demo I will take. So on PingFederate separate demo I will take, Okta separate demo I will take, and 4G Rock, sir. 4G Rock is very huge. Suppose you will be having a little bit programming knowledge in the Java or in the Python. At least some basic programming, sir. I learned core Python, sir. I learned core Java, sir. Then come to the IAM, sir. Come to IAM. 4G Rock is rocking. The name only rock is there. 4G Rock is rocking. So tremendous. This is also tremendous. And one more complete demo I'm going to be telling on 4G Rock also very soon. You just follow that. I will take a complete Okta class. I will take a complete 4G Rock class. Everything we are going to be conducting. And AWS Identity Access Management. So many people are actually working on AWS DevOps, AWS admins, all these things. But who knows AWS Identity Access Management? Everybody is on working with AWS. AWS DevOps is there. AWS what is this called? What is this called? I don't know. There are multiple jobs which are going to be available in AWS. But how many people know about AWS Identity Access? Yes, this is very good. Google Cloud. Google Cloud also having IAM, and Microsoft IAM. Microsoft also having IAM solution. Sir, huge number of jobs, sir. But everything is same. Everywhere we have the IAM, everywhere we have the identity access management. We need to understand the rules and regulations of the IAM. We need to understand the uh, authorization, authentication system, and user access, directory access, all these things. User interface is same, different, sir. Concept is same everywhere. Concept is same, but user interface is different. Okay, Microsoft user interface is different, AWS user interface is different, Google Cloud user interface is different, but everything is cloud. In the same way, IAM also everywhere IAM is same, but user interfaces are different. Just try to understand. You learn one IAM tool, you can easily interact with any IAM tool, you can easily pick up the job. Jobs are very huge, sir. So people are actually talking about the recession, all this thing. I don't know what is this recession called. If you have the subject, if you know the proper subject, if you know the proper path, you can able to easily get the job immediately. So there is a one login identity, Okta Duo, and Jump Cloud is there. And sir, finally I want to give you the information about all these things. So you people directly contact this particular website, mohanstechnologies.com, or you can call this particular numbers whatever I'm showing here. So anyway, in the description I'm going to be giving the complete details about what particular courses. We are going to be having all the courses on IAM. We are conducting only IAM tool. See, recently we got placed with 30 people. Last month only 30 people got offers with 12 lakhs and 17 lakhs, 20 lakh. One guy got a 20 lakhs package. I don't know how it is got. Within 20 days. Class only 30 hours, 35 hours, but within 20 days he got offer with 25 lakhs. Tremendous. Market is tremendous. Imagine, imagine people are actually running through multiple technologies which are going to be available in Amirpet boards and markets. But here the thing is, pick up the gold from the sand. Pick up the gold from the sand. It means you have to choose the right course from the IT industry. From the information technology, you choose the right course. Sir, why cybersecurity is there in the colleges, sir? Why cybersecurity have the PG? Why cybersecurity is there in IIIT and N90s? It because of that much huge demand coming days, huge hikes in the coming days. The people, okay, fresher experience, whatever it may be, we can carry forward everyone. That is not a matter. So you don't have any experience, or we have the experience, sir. I have some gaps, sir. No problem, sir. You can just easily contact with us. Anyway, I'm going to be giving the complete description in the video, so you can follow the description. What we are going to be covering is just look into the content. Ping identity course content. So identity access management overview, capability, PingFederate, basic components, working SAML 2.0 protocols, single sign-on, how to install in Windows, how to install Active Directory, how to install LDAP, how to install Java. Java JDK is some simple only installation process only. You don't need to learn Java. And clearly, this is no programming, sir. Try to understand. Programming, some touch is available in the 4G rack only, but remaining all IAM tools are common. Only user interface is going to be getting changed. Okay. So all the links which are going to be providing in the description of the video, don't worry about it. Okay, so we are going to be covering about OAuth connection. We are going to be covering about OpenID connection. We are going to be covering about the ping access also. Finally, finally, jobs. Yeah, everybody is going to be looking for the jobs. Jobs are very huge. One day I will take a simple job opening related video on IAM, how jobs are available, how people are actually offering the packages on this. The second video, coming video, the next video is what actually I'm going to be covering is how job market for IAM. Today I'm going to be taking about IAM introduction and IAM related applications and IAM related concepts. But coming next day, next video, what I'm going to be dealing is IAM related job openings, how to get job in IAM. What are the different kind of interview questions they may ask for you? Okay, so this interview is very easy, this course is very easy, and very less time you can learn, very less time you can able to hit the job. So finally, what I'm going to be telling is, please contact this particular phone number, uh, 8121 or 9182922522. You can just ping about mohanstechnologies.com. You can inquire in this, and we are going to be having multiple courses on IAM. We are going to be conducting Okta. We are going to be conducting 4G Rock. We are going to be conducting Microsoft IAM. All these things, sir. So IAM related all the courses which are available with us. Any course you choose, you can pick up the job. That is my guarantee. So you come to us, go with the job within 2 months. Within 2 months, I am giving 2 months. Why I am giving 2 months? For your sake of understanding. But my guarantee is 1 month. My guarantee is 1 month. For your understanding purpose, I'm giving 2 months. Sir, I want to listen one more time, sir. I want to do practice more, sir. I'm very poor student, sir. So a lot of people are having different kind of mindsets, right? Sir, I'm very poor student, sir. I don't know something, sir. I need one more month extra, sir. See, sir, fear, sir, fear. Only fear is going to be killing you. Jo dar gaya, samjho mar gaya. Remember it. So who is going to be having a lot of fear? That guy should go die. Hit the market, hit the technology, do the job, happy life. Okay, so thanks for attending the session. So we are from mohanstechnologies.com, and this is the phone numbers you can able to contact with us. And the coming session, not the demo, coming session is about the job openings on IIM. What are the kind of job openings which are going to be related to the IIM tools, all these things. And I'm going to be taking one session on Okta. I'm going to be taking one session on 4G Rock. I'm going to be taking another session on Microsoft IAM, AWS IAM, all these things. So thanks, Andy. Thanks for a lot, everybody attending session. I'm going to be quitting now, signing off. Bye bye.